What's up guys, not Super Mario here and welcome to today's video. It is that time of the year, end of the year, when I normally do my top 10 movies of this year. And I'm here to do that. But this year, it's a little bit different. I'm still gonna do my honorable mentions and top 10 movies that I think were my personal favorites and were just the best of the best. I'm gonna give some awards out as well. My personal awards for the movies that I think deserve awards that are not gonna be mentioned at the Oscars, but I think, you know what, not Super Mario thinks this and this and this for that movie. Hopefully you're gonna enjoy it. Let me know in the comments down below your top 10 movies of 2023. And as always, this is a personal list, so don't get mad if there's not a movie that you enjoyed and I think it's the worst thing ever. So yeah, hopefully you're gonna enjoy it. And if you do, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, share this video all over the place, and let's begin. So as I said, I have some awards to give out to the movies that I think deserve those awards. And the first award is the biggest surprise of 2023, and the award goes to Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, it's a blockbuster movie that I had absolutely zero expectation to be any good at all. Yes, the cast was amazing. Yes, there is potential because Dungeons and Dragons is such a big thing and such a beloved thing, but because lately blockbusters has been not the best, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it, of course, because I watch it pretty much every single movie, or at least I try. And then I was so pleasantly surprised that I want to see a sequel. I want to see a third movie. I want to see this movie and world to be expanded as much as possible because this movie was so much fun and the cast was absolutely incredible. It was delightful. It was lovely. It was action packed. It was CGI was incredible. I loved every second of it, and it's one of the most fun movies of 2023, and it deserves the award for biggest surprise. Next award is biggest disappointment of 2023, and the award goes to Indiana Jones and the Dial of the Destiny, or Dial of Destiny, or something like that. The title even is stupid. First of all, I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the franchise. I never was. There's no nostalgia factor for me, but I enjoy the movies. Not the last two, that's for sure, but there are some that are really, really good. But as I said, never was a fan. But this movie was just so bad, so boring, and it had everything to be amazing. I mean, James Mangold, one of the best working directors right now. Harrison Ford back, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I just dislike this movie from the beginning till the end. They made Harrison Ford just one grumpy old man, and for some reason Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character was so annoying, so freaking annoying. You bring a character that is gonna like kind of take up the mantle of Indiana Jones, and the whole movie what she does is just be annoying, and I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I was so disappointed that I was like, next award is everybody hate this movie and I don't, and it goes to one and only The Marvels. Yes, I don't get it. I mean, I kind of get it. I get it because the movie, would I say that the movie is good? I don't think so. But was the movie a lot of fun? Yes, it was. First of all, I think The Marvels had an uphill battle even from the beginning, before the movie was out, because, I mean, people don't like the first Captain Marvel, even though it did like over $1 billion. I enjoyed the first Captain Marvel. People don't like Brie Larson. I don't know why. Yes, she can sometimes look like she's grumpy and she has a bitch face. I have a bitch face. That doesn't mean anything. I think she's an incredible actress, and I think she deserves much more appreciation for what she does, not just in Marvel, but in general, because I think she got a lot of slack, in my opinion, for nothing. Anyway, I'm mumbling and tumbling too much about the Marvels. I just like it. Next award is everybody loves this movie and I don't. Dream Scenario, starring Nicolas Cage. And first of all, I absolutely adore Nicolas Cage. I pretty much see all of his movies, and his roster of movies is so eclectic and you never know what you're gonna get. And I understand why people like this movie. I think the performance from Nicolas Cage is incredible. It really is incredible. He gives his all, and it's not one of those performances that you think, oh, it's just a Nicolas Cage thingy. Yes, there are some Nicolas Cageisms. That's a weird word to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But overall, the movie, even though I understand what they were trying to say, the problems of cancel culture, the problems of social media, and how people are actually really stupid. I think the whole movie was just not for me. I think it was weird just for the sake of being weird. Next award is, why has nobody seen this movie? Award goes to Rye Lane. I'm not a big fan of romantic comedies or romantic movies in general because most of the times they don't showcase real life and real situations, and they're cringy and cheesy, and it's really hard for me to relate to any of them and the things that are happening in those movies. This one was such a great surprise. I didn't know anything about it. I don't know who directed it, who starred in it. It was a completely blank slate. And I loved every second of it because it showcased a real situation, real life, real people, and it was funny, it was romantic in the best possible way, not cringy or cheesy, and you actually understood what the characters were doing and their motivation and all those things. And I just absolutely adore it. We've got 4 more awards to give out, and the next one is Best Bad Movie, and the award goes to Ghosted. Yes, if you've seen the movie, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. And I think that this movie is like 50-50. You maybe love it and you understand it, how bad it is, or you maybe hate it because you understand how bad it is. I love this movie just because it's so bad. I know, I'm simping for Ana de Armas, she's in it. I don't care. I'm gonna always simp for Ana de Armas, she's just beautiful. But the whole movie, it was such a bad action movie, but I loved it. I mean, I loved everything about it. You've got Chris Evans, you've got Ana de Armas, you've got Adrian Brody, Ryan Reynolds, so many great actors in it, and I just feel how much fun they had filming this movie, and I had so much fun watching this movie. It was cheesy, it was action-packed, and I loved every second of it. Next award is Best What the Fuck Moment Award. And it goes to Barry Keoghan fucking a grave in Saltburn. If you haven't seen Saltburn, it's one of the best movies of the year, and we're gonna talk about it when I get to my top 10 list. It is a crazy moment, and there's a lot of crazy moments in Saltburn, but it's one of those that you're like, if somebody wrote that in the movie, in the script, you're like, what kind of a person writes that? And I was thinking like, I'm that kind of a person that would write something like that. But if it wasn't written in the movie, and he did it on its own, like just because he was thinking about it and he thought that that would be something that his character would do, again, what kind of an actor does that? And I say a brilliant actor. Next award is What Went Wrong Award. And the award goes, and it's the second award for this movie, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Like I said before, when I gave the award for biggest disappointment, I don't know. You've got everything. You've got James Mangold, amazing director. You've got Harrison Ford back. You've got Phoebe Waller-Bridge. You've got Disney backing the movie with the money. You've got Mads Mikkelsen as the villain. I love Mads Mikkelsen. I just don't get it. 2 more awards to give out. First is Most Underrated Performance of the Year, and I've got 2 award recipients of this award, Glenn Howerton for Blackberry and Tiana Taylor for 1001. Those 2 performances, I think, are just not talked about enough. And now the last award is This Is Not a Movie Award. And this is, in my opinion, the worst movie of 2023, and I don't even consider it a movie. The award goes to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Somebody decided to make Winnie the Pooh into horror. Why the heck would you do that? Winnie the Pooh is one of the most sweetest things in movie, TV history, and you make it a horror movie. It's so bad. It really is so freaking bad. Winnie the Pooh doesn't even look like Winnie the Pooh. Looks like a man that works in a butchery and has a mask that kind of looks like a Winnie the Pooh. And it's finally time to give you my top 10 movies of 2023. But before I do that, I'm gonna give you my honorable mentions. I've got 5 of them. I'm not gonna talk about them a lot, but they were really close. Those are the movies that on any other given day, maybe they would be on my top 10 list, but for some reason, when I was making this list, they weren't. So, My honorable mentions: Flora and Son, amazing movie, go watch it. Air, Ben Affleck directing, Matt Damon, absolutely incredible. A story about Air Jordans, a movie that I didn't know I needed, but at the end of the day I got a masterpiece. Priscilla, what an interesting way to tell a story from completely other perspective and gave us an insight to a world of Elvis. Then we've got Naiad, Annette Bening, Jodie Foster, swimming, marathon. Go watch it. The last movie on my honorable mentions is Fingernails, starring Riz Ahmed and Jessie Buckley. Very interesting premise, how they are trying to scientifically put people together that are compatible with tests and group meetings, and then at the end you see that that's not how the life works. And now my top 10. Number 10, Fair Play. Chloe Damont directed the hell out of this movie. This is a showcase of relationship and the struggles and ego and power dynamics in a couple, starring Phoebe Dynevor. This was her, for me, her first endeavor because I haven't seen her in anything else. She was absolutely stellar. And also, I can finally say, because to be completely honest, I think this is his best performance ever. Alden Ehrenreich gives an amazing performance, being this, like, he was such a bad person at the end, like, so egotistical and so selfish and, oh my god, so fucking punchable at the end, but he gives an amazing performance. Fair Play, amazing movie. My number 9, Anatomy of a Fall. I've seen it on Cannes Film Festival, and I absolutely adore it. Sandra Hüller gives an amazing performance in it. So complex. I was on the edge the whole time. Go watch it. Anatomy of a Fall, one of the best movies. Sandra Hüller, hopefully gonna be nominated for an Oscar. I love it. Number 8, a movie made by YouTubers that showcase that YouTubers can make good movies. Not just good movies, amazing movies. Talk to Me, so fresh, so innovative, like something that wasn't seen in horror genre like ever. Like, it's really hard to make a original horror movie. They did it. They absolutely did it. My number 7, No One Will Save You, starring Caitlin Dever, another horror movie on my list. And this was a big surprise. It came out on Hulu directly to streaming, and I was blown away. First of all, the movie has pretty much zero to none dialogue, and I loved it. My number 6, The Artifice Girl. This is probably the biggest indie of the indies movies out there of this year. I think, I don't know if I heard correctly, it was made for under $1 million, which is mind-blowing because it looks so awesome. It is a story about AI, and I know AI sometimes, like recently, has been used in so many movies and it gets kind of repetitive and people don't know how to use it and do it in the movies. This movie does it perfectly. It showcases the problems of AI, the things that, the horrors of AI, or the potential of what AI can do to us in a way that it's plausible, believable, scary, and I just love it. Majority of the movie is just dialogue and really simple scenes, but I absolutely adore it. It's a character study for AI. Number 5 is Missing, starring Storm Reed. And to make a movie that everything is on a computer, happening on a computer, and make it so intense. I mean, I was scared, I was shivering, I was afraid, I was, what the fuck is going on? I was angry. I mean, I absolutely adore this movie. I think it's even better than Searching, the predecessor of this kind of movie, even though it's not a sequel, but it kind of like looks like a sequel because it's in the same universe, or in the same, it is done in the same vein, let's say it like that. I absolutely adore it. Number 4, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. In the world where comic book movies lately are like, the quality has dipped, let's say that. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is not just good, it's not just amazing, it is the best comic book movie of the year. In a world where every comic book movie, or a lot of movies in general, try to do multiversal things, this movie did it to perfection. Number 3, Saltburn. We've been talking about Saltburn already in this video, and I have to do it again. I absolutely love this movie. Is it crazy? Yes. Is it fucked up? Yes. Is it incredible? Absolutely yes. I mean, this is, in my opinion, best written movie of the year. Not knowing what's gonna happen and rooting for a character that at the end, I'm not gonna say it, but it gets really weird. So I do understand some people who would be very careful watching this movie, or that this movie is not for them. I absolutely love it. Emerald Fennell gave us one of the best movies of the year. Like, it's written to perfection. It looks amazing. Cast is absolutely incredible. Everybody in it, from Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, Rosamund Pike, Richard Jenkins, and all the others. They gave us an amazing palette of performances that I was just blown away. I absolutely love this movie. It is a crazy, fucked up movie that I've seen already like 3 times, I think. And every time I see it, I'm blown away even more. We've got 2 more left, and my second favorite movie, or second best movie of the year in my opinion, is All of Us Strangers. Directed by Andrew Hay, starring Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott, Claire Foy, Jamie Bell. This is the only movie this year that I cried when I watched it. I was a mess afterwards. And the story that it gives us, it has so many complexities. It is so, in one way, simple, but in other ways, so complex and deep and emotional. I was a mess after watching this movie. I watched it on a festival here in Slovenia, and I was blown away. It is a slow-paced, calm exploration of queer community, of dealing with death of your parents, of sexuality. It is so freaking good, and I loved every single performance in it. Andrew Scott has to be nominated. I don't think he's gonna be, but in my opinion, he should be. Go watch this movie. I think it's for anybody, everybody, anywhere, any place. You can really relate, no matter your sexuality, your gender, your political views, whatever. I think this movie has it all, and I absolutely love it. And now, number 1. When I saw this movie, I said to myself, there's no movie that is gonna beat this movie to be my favorite movie of the year. I've seen it 5 or 6 times, and that's 18 hours of my life, because I'm talking about a 3-hour long epic movie directed by one and only Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. To make a movie about an inventor, a scientist who created an atomic bomb, and make it so visceral, I felt like I was watching an action movie. Yes, it is a perfect movie. I feel like that every single year, my favorite movie is, in my opinion, a perfect movie, even though I believe that there's no movie that can be perfect. But this one is just there. I loved every second of it. And it's performances from top to bottom, like from Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, so many others. Incredible performances. I mean, Gary Oldman is in it for 2 minutes, and he is stellar. I was feeling all of the things. The only thing that I didn't do in this movie, during this movie, was crying. But I was just in awe what Christopher Nolan has done with this movie. I'm gonna see this movie like probably 50 more times, and I'm gonna discover more things that I probably missed, or details that were absolutely phenomenal. And I hope it gets all the accolades, that it wins everything it possibly can, because it absolutely deserves every single thing. Why? Because Oppenheimer is the best movie of the year. So yeah, that's gonna be it for my top 10 movies of 2023, my honorable mentions, and all the awards that I have given at the beginning of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Also, let me know in the comments down below your top 10 list, or give the awards that I have given in the comments section as well. I mean, what was your biggest surprise? What was your biggest disappointment? Let me know everything in the comments down below. And because this is the last video of 2023, I wish you Happy New Year, best 2024. Hopefully you're gonna spend these holidays with your loved ones, and I wish you all the happiness, whatever that means for you, because happiness is different for every single person. Hopefully you're going to be healthy, wealthy, so much money, happy, being with loved ones, that your pets are happy. Hopefully you're going to have an amazing 2024, and we're going to see you next year.